Well, renowned Kalinga tattoo artist Apo Whang-Od is still the talk of the town after she graces the cover of Vogue Philippines for this month.
That's right. Well, in case you missed it, here's that powerful photo of the 106-year-old Mamba Bato.
She is wearing red lipstick, black top, a colorful beaded accessory, and her tattoos, of course, that adorn her chest and arms. And Vogue says she symbolizes strength and beauty of the Filipino spirit.
That's right. Well, joining us now live to talk about this very impactful issue are the people behind Vogue Philippines. We have Editor-in-Chief Bea Valdes and photographer Artu Nepomuceno. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Great to have you.
I mean,
thank you for
wow,
having us.
What a powerful issue. Take a look at this. I mean, what made you decide, Bea? What made you decide to choose Apo Whang-Od as the cover of Vogue?
Well, I think it was definitely a unanimous decision by the whole team. So it wasn't just one person. We felt that she is a local legend. And just the story that one person's endeavors can sort of revive a dying craft. We thought that was very, very powerful.
You know, knee-jerk reaction, you know, I think I would have expected to see Apo Whang-Od on the cover of a much more academic sort of publication, National Geographic, and that sort of thing. And to see her on the cover of Vogue is really sort of a real wake-up call for me as well. Why not? Absolutely. We should have her on there.
And I think for us, you know, this concept of diverse and inclusive beauty, also with us, we love to celebrate what is Filipino. So she represented first the beauty of our humanity. So telling this story through our lens.
As I said, beautiful indeed. You got the world talking. I mean, this is actually one of the first time maybe that the whole world globally, unanimously, you know, voted yes. Oh my gosh, incredible. How does that make you feel being the photographer?
I really feel like I just play a small part in this. The whole team really put something brilliant and magnificent together, and it's just so nice to see Filipinos all around the world sending them the love. It's just nice to bring a little bit of home to them.
Right. I want to ask Artu, you know, Apo Whang-Od has been photographed many, many times. We've seen so many images of Whang-Od. How do you bring a fresh perspective to somebody who is as well photographed as Apo Whang-Od?
Well, you know, Apo Whang has come out like in other publications, and also like it's been like Jake Versosa also shot a beautiful series on it. So I wanted to approach it non-academically. I wanted to photograph Apo Whang-Od like she was my lola. So I tried to make it as very personal as possible for me. I felt like this is something that I brought up with Bea also, that I don't think Apo Whang-Od Googles herself. She doesn't Google like the level of respect and the fame that she has worldwide. So I wanted to do it the same way she would probably treat her own life. Just very simple.
And I think that's what makes this cover quite interesting, being that she is as well photographed, as well known as she is. There's a certain, I don't know, you know, sort of, it's intimate, but at the same time it's familiar, but we've put her up also on the pedestal of respect that she deserves.
What was it like during the photo shoot? Were there any special requests, I mean, from her? I mean, or even Bea, when you asked them the first time when you found them, hey, can we put you on the cover of Vogue? What was...
Actually, we went through the National Commission for Indigenous People just to make sure that everything was properly done, and we didn't. We really wanted to show our respect. So I think, as Artu said, she has been featured multiple times. So for them, it wasn't an unusual request. However, I know that we wanted to do it with as much honesty as we could, and I think that was sort of like the ethos that we went when we would go and visit her and shoot this cover.
So the photo shoot, I mean, how easy, how difficult, how long? Were there like, okay, I can only do it 3 hours or so?
Well, we went there December.
Okay.
So December it was quite cold, and even for the locals there, it was quite cold. So we had a time limit, especially when we photographed this particular cover. Apo Whang-Od did it for a quick second, and then she put back her bomber jacket.
Okay.
She wanted to do it. She wanted to take it off. She wanted to show her tattoos, but she also was very calmly saying it's cold, so I'll take it off quickly. The process of shooting was very, very smooth in terms of like when we were in the presence for, but the pre-production was quite intense. We did a little bit of ocular prior to the shoot, and we thought we were going to shoot here and there, and then we found out that logistically it wasn't going to work, so we had to adjust last minute, and then it just so happened that she was in the perfect place. So.
I mean, being there in December is no joke.
I
Definitely,
think it makes it a much more, I think, I don't know, authentic experience in that sense. And speaking of authentic experience, everybody left with an indelible mark of the
Which one came
experience.
first? The interview, the photo, or the tattoo?
The tattoo came after. The photos came first. We went into the, I would say, tattoo parlor, but it's also Grace's home, where we photographed her, and Apo Whang-Od was already there, and she was kind of getting herself comfortable. So the introduction was very nice because it was it was us entering rather than her entering.
Right,
the
the
space.
studio. Yeah.
So we introduced ourselves with a very respectful manner, and I made sure that we all that I came in like sort of like a son or a grandson. I wanted to approach it sort of like greeting her like family would. So and then it was just so nice because I think everyone was on the exact same page. So everyone came in with a certain level of respect and love. And it was just so exciting. She was so.
Was she adorable? I mean,
she's amazing. She's everything. She's that peg grandmother. Like, so cool. You know, she comes in a bomber jacket, walks so cool, very confident, and she observes you with a certain curiosity. You know, her eyes are just really studying you, and it's just so nice to see because it's someone of that high regard, high respect. She's very humble. She's very simple, and there's a lot of love in all her wrinkles.
You're so lucky.
I know. Well, I'm going to ask, how did it feel? I mean, many people have come and had the experience of a Kalinga tattoo. For you, obviously, it makes this experience so much more personal and authentic.
Yeah, well, I felt like there's no way I was going home without
Definitely not.
I felt like people would maybe judge me for not coming home without a tattoo by her, and she was so excited to get the tattoo. We thought we wouldn't have the opportunity because we had taken a bit of her time from doing the photo shoot, but right after the photo shoot, she said, "Okay, let's start."
So right, she knew.
Yeah, she knew. She went back to her home, got her stuff, got her tools herself, set it up, and then she started doing the tattoos on all of us. So she did her iconic 3 dots on myself and the rest of the team, and it's not the most pleasant experience.
Because you've had both. I mean,
I've had both.
Yeah.
I've had both. I can show
okay, you can show.
And it's done with a pomelo thorn.
Yes, so,
A pomelo, not calamansi. So it's like a pomelo, yeah.
yeah, so this is the 3 dots is Apo Whang-Od's signature, which represents herself and her 2 proteges, Grace and Elyang. And then shortly after, I had, like minutes later, I moved to Grace and she did these arrows. Then the next day, I had Elyang do the dog.
Fantastic.
Where's the dog?
This one.
That's a dog.
Fantastic.
Bea, I mean, why April? I mean, did you know? Was there like a certain month? Is there a reason?
For us, it was a beauty issue, and for us, it was really encapsulating that spirit. And April is the month for that. So,
how difficult is it to sort of tackle a subject like Whang-Od, culture, and keeping this culture alive, respectful representation in order to preserve cultures like this is a very tricky path to walk.
well, I think with the story, what we really wanted to focus on is her relationship with Grace and how you pass on that culture.
Yeah.
So I think, again, taking it from a really personal point of view and, your relationship with your Lola makes it, I think, more relatable and more personal. And therefore, all of the caveats that might be, I think, difficult to discuss, you see it from a personal lens.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And your reaction, both of you, I mean, in the international, success, people have been commenting, left and right, like as we mentioned.
You've got Hollywood celebrities, you've got people in the industry. Everybody sort of took note and really sort of said, bravo, well done.
It's been overwhelming.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to live this down?
Or how do you top it? How do you top an experience like this? I don't know.
The thing that we want to do is really not top it, but continue the conversation,
Okay.
right? And explore the multiplicity and the complexity of all of our Filipino women
Right.
and men. And I think that is the conversation we want. And this is just a way to spark it, but it is in no way like one point only. There will be many more covers and many more stories that explore the diversity that we have.
How wonderful to be part of something like this and really sort of realize the role that you guys have played in keeping these traditions alive and helping us sort of appreciate and understand how rich our culture is.
I mean, that's right. Like, I understand also with you, Artu, that upon entering and upon starting this whole project of yours, you yourself were also transformed.
Super. That is the correct word. Yeah, the whole experience was incredible. From the moment Bea gave me the call and said, "Would you like to photograph Apo Whang-Od?" It was, for me, it was a full circle because I mentioned this in an article in the Vogue Digital, where the one who introduced Apo Whang-Od to me was my late friend Carlos Kang. He passed away to cancer, and he was the one who introduced. We were in the rice terraces. He told me about there's this old lady who does this, and it was years ago. And then when we did this, he was really like in my mind. He was the one who brought it in. And prior to Apo Whang-Od, both my grandparents had died in that time frame, and so photographing her was sort of just a full circle moment for me, just to be able to, pour out all those feelings that I had for my grandparents. And I mentioned this, that I wish I was a photographer when my grandparents were at their younger years, so that I could photograph. So I kind of put that into this image and felt like if my grandparents were still around, this is how I want them to be remembered.
Fantastic.
Oh,
What a wonderful personal journey.
Yes.
You've made it. And speaking of personal journey, I think we'll have to take a personal journey of our own. We're left with this, we're left unmarked with this experience. So I think we'll have to take a trip ourselves. It's
hope
great to
so.
have both of you here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for being with us this morning here on New Day. And we hope to have you back again for your next issue.